Hello everyone, my name is Clay, and welcome to another episode of Terminally Nerdy's Indie Impressions, the show where I take a look at independent, non-AAA, and niche titles, giving you my quick first impressions after at least 2 hours of gameplay, because I figure, why not, right? Today I'm going to be looking at a sort of, I guess the best way to explain this is like a exploration visual novel game. So it is a visual novel in design. You're going to basically be going around talking to specific people, making decisions while talking to them, which will affect the outcome of the game. But there's an exploration aspect to it in that this is set in a fully 3D environment that you get to explore called the ocean. The game is called Mythic Ocean. I did get a key from the developers for the purposes of review. They sent it to me when they released the game a little bit ago. It is $15 on Steam, and honestly, I hesitate to call this an impressions, because technically speaking, I beat the game. So I played the game for about 3 hours. And the game is designed to be replayable and to be replayed. So I'm calling this a first impressions in the sense that there's still a lot of stuff I haven't unlocked in the game. I haven't seen all the endings. I haven't seen each of the 5 gods get, godhood and creatorhood. But I have at least beaten the game at least once, what they call a cycle. The entire premise of the game is as follows. You, the player, suddenly wake up in this weird ocean environment. You meet this eel who proceeds to tell you that your job is to prepare one of 5 gods to become the next creator of the next universe. This eel will not tell you anything about these gods. He will not tell you why this is the way things are until later, and he will explain, if you pester him, he will explain the entire premise and everything. He will tell you nothing about these individuals, and you basically go out and meet these 5 entities and talk to them, and you basically help them make decisions. So you might be talking to Lutra, which is this cute little larva, and you might convince Lutra that eating is good, and they should eat lots. Or you might convince Lutra the other way. Different things like that. And these decisions play out in what they call fables. And you basically go from character to character, talking to them, making these decisions, solving these problems, until the game becomes ready for the next creator, at which point you activate it and get the ending. And it took me about 2.5 hours the first time through to get to that point. And I didn't even know it was coming. I was just playing along because it was actually fairly interesting. The characters are, on the whole, all fairly likable. The writing is pretty solid. The ideas expressed here are interesting, and the questions and kind of moral quandaries given to you are fascinating as well. Gameplay is pretty straightforward. You swim around these different regions of the ocean. There are little fishies and other sea creatures you can talk to. You don't have to talk to them, and they don't seem to really affect anything, but there are some achievements and things if you talk to them. And then there are the 5 entities, of which I will only speak of 3 of them, which is the sea otter Amir, the twins, which I can never remember their names, and Lutra. There are 2 others, but they are locked behind events, so you have to unlock them to get to them, and I'm not going to spoil who they are. Visually, the game is actually quite nice. It's very relaxing. The ocean environment is very pretty. I like it. There's different regions you go to. The first major regions are the Eel Kingdom, the Kelp Forest, and the Moss Caverns. And you kind of go between those 3, and then 2 other regions open up, plus some other stuff. So, that's actually kind of cool. And one thing I really like was the soundtrack. The soundtrack is available to purchase, and there's a very good chance I'm going to purchase it. It's very chill music, very nice music. It even got a comment from my wife, actually. While we were sitting there, the ending screen was playing, and she was like, "Wait, I like that music. What is that?" And I had to tell her, "Oh, it's Mythic Ocean's ending scene." Because she really liked it, which is always a really good thing, because my wife is fairly picky. Gameplay is very simplistic. You use the mouse to look, WASD to move, E and Q, they call it strafing. It's actually up and down. So, devs, you might want to put that in there. You do have a quick teleport button. You can press T, and it'll actually show you blinking lights over the images of the gods, so you can teleport to them and talk to them and advance whatever fable you're working on with them. Decisions do seem to matter, and the eel can give you a lot of information. So if you play it, make sure you talk to the eel every so often. He'll tell you how much they like you. He'll tell you which one it looks like is going to be the next god. There's also some secrets. There are pages of a book hidden throughout each region, and as you advance, more pages become available. To find them, you have to locate these rifts, which are fairly well hidden. And you kind of zip through the rift into a library, and you pick up these pages, and they speak of the previous incarnations of the worlds. So you can kind of get a history of what the heck's been going on prior to the events of Mythic Ocean, as it stands. Like I said, I played it for about 2.5 hours. I finished one run or one cycle of it, and then I started another cycle just to see what kind of changes I could make, and I immediately started getting different things based on directions I went. Like the first time I played, I ran into the twins first, Amir second, and then Lutra third. This time I went straight to Lutra, and it did change how Amir acted when I talked to them, so that was cool. Overall, I think it's a good game. Like I said, it's $15 on Steam. I think it's worth about $15. I got enough entertainment out of it to say that much for it. I think it's fun if you're into a chill sort of game. There's no fighting, there's no rushing, there's no timers. It's just a chill exploration experience with some nice conversations and learning about an interesting world and interesting characters. And I'm curious as to what other endings there are, because the ending I got, I would not say is good at all. Like, at all. The ending I got was bad for everyone involved. So, as always, I want to thank you all so very much for listening, watching, supporting me. Please check me out on Patreon, patreon.com/terminallynerdy. Check me out on Twitter, twitter.com/terminallynerdy. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you can get all these podcast videos however you're consuming this. I am up for it. And hey, see you next time, everybody. Hey there, I just want to say thank you for watching this video, and a special thank you to all my patrons who are listed over there on the right hand of the screen. If you want to get your name in those credits, feel free to check it out at patreon.com/terminallynerdy. And hey, be kind to each other and stay nerdy. Thanks.